Okay, everybody, I think we're about ready to get going with our introduction session this morning. So I just want to welcome everybody today. It's so great to see so many people joining us for the day. We are the Archives and Special Collections track, and we've got a bunch of archives, special collections, and linked data goodness. So if archives, special collections, and linked data is your jam, or any part of that is your jam, you're in the right place. And we are super excited to have you here today. Just want to draw your attention to some of the links on the screen here. First of all, if you are on Twitter, we hope that you're going to be tweeting out about your learnings today, observations, other things people should know. Please use the hashtag LD4conference. If you want to tweet at the conference, it is at LD4conference. We also have very important community participation guidelines. This is a virtual conference, but we want to be sure that everybody is safe, that everybody feels welcome, that everybody feels included, and is not harassed in any way. This is a friendly online space. So please do check out our community participation guidelines. We expect that people who are participating today are adhering to those. If you have any problems, there are contact points within the guidelines. You can also contact any of your hosts today, send us a note in Zoom and we'll try to resolve things for you. Very, very important here. For communications here, for Q&A for our panelists, please do use the Zoom Q&A to ask questions. We will be at the end of each session posing questions to our panelists. You can use the Zoom chat and Slack for water cooler conversation, resource sharing, etc. Knock yourselves out. You can join the Slack channel that's specifically for this track by searching on special collections once you're in the LD4 Slack space. So if Slack is your spot, please do join in the conversation there. We are going to try to keep the energy up in this virtual environment by having some polls. These are really just for fun. Everything is anonymous on the polls. So I am going to stop sharing these slides and switch over to our first poll for the day. This is surprisingly difficult. So the URL for the polls is pollev.com/OCLC. And this is fantastic. We've got people attending from all over the world. And this is one of the really great things about if there is a silver lining in this whole situation, it's wonderful to see people attending from all over the place. Look at that. We've got somebody from New Zealand. Hello, New Zealand. It's Saturday. Thank you for joining us. This is wonderful. I'm going to keep bringing this poll up throughout the day so that we can kind of have a little record of where people are joining us from. I'm going to move on to our next poll. So this one will be, I'm just going to let you guys put a couple more push pins in because this is just so much fun to watch them land. Wow, this is great. So we were going to have this conference in Texas in May, and we probably would have had people from far fewer places. So this is super great. I also want to take a moment, actually, while we've got the push pins up, and I'm just mesmerized by these push pins. I want to take a moment to have my co-hosts for the day introduce themselves. I am Merrilee Proffitt from OCLC. research. I work primarily with the OCLC Research Library Partnership, and have done a lot with special collections, have done a lot with Wikipedia and Wikidata, and I am super excited to be here. So Shayla, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shayla Scott Weber. I work with Merrilee at OCLC with the Research Library Partnership. My work focuses on archives and special and distinctive collections. And I have not been as deeply involved in the LD4 community as Merrilee and Elizabeth, but I'm follow along enthusiastically and I'm excited to be here. So thanks.
Yay. And Elizabeth.
Hi, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Brooke. I'm a digital archivist at Emory University. And although we are not an LD4 partner, I have been following the LD4 project for a while now and have assigned myself to a couple of the interest groups and have been really enjoying engaging in this community. So I look forward to today, particularly because of the fact that we get to talk about special collections and linked data all day, which is a bit different from some of the conversations that usually happen in this space. So hope everybody enjoys the day. Thanks.
Thank you. And it's just been really great to be working with Shayla and with Elizabeth on planning this little bit of programming for today. And as I said, these polls are just for fun, and hopefully will help keep our energy up. So I'll bring the map back up a little later. Goodbye, map. So our next poll is, this should be now available if you had that poll open on a tab in your browser. We have a bunch of programming. Some of you may be here for just some of the day. You've got other stuff planned. Other people, like I said, this is really your jam. This is where you want to be. You're going to be here for the whole day. Some people may be just checking it out. So it's great. Wow, we've got a lot of people who are going to be here for a long time. Other people who are going to be off and on as they're available. Some people who were called to be here for very specific sessions, and others who are challenging us to catch their interest. This is amazing. These are all great answers. And I am just really excited that you guys are all starting your day with us here. This is all very, very optional. So this is wonderful. Also, for those of you who are butterflies or here for specific sessions or daring you to catch us in our interest or even here until the better end, I want to let you know that these sessions are being recorded. They will be posted to YouTube, but of course it's better if you're here and interacting with us live. So thank you so much to all of you for being here today. I'm just gonna, for some of you who maybe we've had a couple of additional people join us since we launched into this little spiel. So I just want to flip back over here to the slides for just a second. And just go over some basics here. So once again, the conference schedule, please check that out on Schedge if you're just here for archives and special collections. There's other things going on into next week, beyond next week. And you might want to add those to your schedule. You can check out the overall conference site. If you are somebody who is active on Twitter, we hope that you do tweet about the conference using the hashtag LD4conference. Share your learnings there. You can also join the LD4 Slack channel. There's a specific Slack channel that's for this track if you care to join in conversation there. And very, very important, although this is a virtual gathering, We do want this to be a safe space for our participants. So we do have community participation guidelines. By attending this conference, you are agreeing to abide by those guidelines. So please do check them out. Make sure that this is a safe and friendly space for all of our participants. If you feel like you have been harassed or not treated respectfully by someone who's in the conference space, you can, there's guidance in the document for steps you can take and how you can be supported by the conference planning committee, because we definitely want to do that for you. During the presentation, we're going to ask that if you have questions for our presenters, that you use the Zoom Q&A. For questions, you can use chat for other things, and then Slack for water cooler conversations. If you're having technical problems, please do chat with Shayla Weber is here and is going to try to straighten out any technical issues. That's her role today. I'm mostly Merrilee, mostly playing MC today, and Elizabeth is jumping back and forth between helping out and co-hosting today because she's amazing. And you guys are all amazing. So let's see. Here's a question. Will we need to log into a new Zoom session for each of today's presentations? No, you can just stay right here or use the same link. So if you have, if you need to leave, just use the same link to come right on back. At the end of the day, we have a social hour, and that's being done as a Zoom meeting, not as a webinar. So that does have a different link, but all of that is in the schedule. So you can, if you lose track of what, you can do that. I'm gonna flip back over here to poll everywhere. Anything I am missing, Shayla and Elizabeth, before are we all set with our presenters?
Just a note to, if there are presenters for later in the day on listening now, that we'll move you over to being a panelist on the break and help you get your slide set up then. So you're in the right place for now, and then we'll move you over so that we don't have too many panelists at once.
Yeah,
yep.
and that's a good point. We do have breaks scheduled so that you can stretch your legs, check your email, etc. We hope you're able to keep your focus on the screen here as much as you would during a regular conference. So we have scheduled breaks so that you can take care of things like email, your other needs during the day. But then we'll be coming back here and queuing all of our things. So I'm going to stop sharing here, and why don't we get set up with our first speaker so that we can get started right on time. Thank you guys so much.